Good afternoon, my name's Martin, and this is the first video in what I hope will be a series of videos about setting up my Bearded Dragon's new home. Now, I have been a beardy dad for the last 3 months, and I'm going to say it's been a very steep learning curve. Now, there's lots of videos online about setting up vivariums and how to do this and how to do that and what not to do and all the rest of it. But not many of those videos are actually based here in the UK. And I've noticed we do have some issues. We can't always get some of the stuff that they get in the States. But I will say we have got some awesome suppliers here in the UK. And I'll give them a shout out as and when I mention one of their products. Now, I will apologise for the state of my floor and my general flat at the moment, as I'm in the middle of setting up what's going to be a 5-foot bioactive vivarium from my Bearded Dragon's 4-foot 18 by 18 inches. Now, one day I just suddenly decided I was going to buy a Bearded Dragon. I knew absolutely nothing about them, to be honest. I knew they ate locusts. I knew they ate roaches, and a friend of mine said to me, you need to get a 4-foot vivarium. So I looked online and I picked up a 4-foot vivarium which had a UV light and a basking light and a thermostat, and I brought it home along with Bearded Dragon that I picked up, who is called Stig, and I'll introduce you to Stig shortly. And we basically set up his vivarium. Now, I decided I wasn't going to put sand in it because I knew sand wasn't good, and I wasn't going to do wood chip because just didn't like it. So I decided to go on coconut coir. Now, that was an experience. Let's just say it won't be repeated, so don't use coconut coir. So what we have, I'm going to turn the camera around in a moment and you can actually see Stig's current vivarium. There we go, here's Stig's current vivarium. I'm going to turn the camera around as well. And this is a 4-foot 18 by 18. Now, the Animal Activities Licensing Act, as well as the RSPCA, basically states that a adult bearded dragon should be in an enclosure no smaller than 4 foot, 2 foot by 2 foot. So obviously I quickly made aware of this because I wanted to upgrade the lighting for this, to be told that my vivarium wasn't big enough. So let's go in a bit closer. Introduce you to Stiggy. Excuse the wires hanging up. There we go. Excuse the noises. There we go, the wires. So this is Stig. He's about 6 months old. Sadly, he's missing part of his tail, as it was chewed off when he was a youngster. And we've got a homemade little thing I made out of paper clay, and we've got some bark, and we've got some dead plants, and we've got some other plants, and we've got some dubia roaches in there that he's not eating. Salad that he's not eating, along with more plants, a water bowl, and in the corner there we've also got some window dehumidifiers, as I can't seem to get the humidity down to a reasonable level. So that's the Stig. There you go, I've got his best side, and we've got more wires, so let's close that up. So that's the vivarium that he's currently in at the moment. This is the vivarium that he's going to be moving into. And this is the light's not very brilliant. So this is a 5 foot, 2 foot by 2 foot vivarium. Again, I bought this second hand. It's had a good clean. And it's pretty much assembled, apart from the lid has not been secured, because I want to install the electrics when they arrive. They'll be arriving today or tomorrow. So we're going to install the electrics, and I've also found as well, luckily I found this before I glued it or sealed it, is you can't actually get the glass in the vivarium with the lid on. So basically you've got to lift it up slightly to slot the glass in. Now this vivarium is, like I say, 5 foot, 2 foot by 2 foot. Pretty solid. I think that's going to do him fine. Now it's got 4 vents in the back. It's got 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. I'll actually put a photo of those I took earlier. Not quite sure if I should block the bottom 2 vents off. Like I say, it's going to be a bioactive setup, so I don't really want creatures escaping through the vents. Now what I have done I'll turn this around again. There we go. What I have done, you can't see it, but here we have a protective sheet. I'm not going to mention the brand, but you can see it there. This is a protective sheet that I bought, and what I've done is I've basically just made a tray. There we go. I can take the tray out. Oh, excuse my messy mess. But basically, I've made a tray here, so you can just about see this lovely tray that I've made with good old gaffer tape. Basically, that's just going to be in the vivarium as a barrier, obviously to stop moisture and other things. So that's basically the basis for that. So not really much I can do until the it's all dark, sorry, I do apologise. Really do till the electrics arrive, and they should be turning up in the next couple of days. I haven't sealed the vivarium yet. Reason for that is he might not actually be going into this vivarium. Speaking to a colleague at work earlier, he's got another vivarium. Showed me a photo of it, which I quite like it. It's actually, I think it's 4 foot, 3 foot by 3 foot. So I'm not quite certain. It may well be that Stig goes in this. It may be that Stig goes into the 4 foot, 3 foot by 3 foot. Not quite certain yet. Obviously, there's a difference in lighting if he does go into a 4 foot, 3 foot by 3 foot rather than 5 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot. But like I say, we can discuss that at another time. So anyway, thanks for watching this first introductory video. If you've got any comments, any hints, any tips, any suggestions, please do let me know. Like I say, I'm doing this myself for the first time. I've made mistakes already. Mistakes, I've noticed, do tend to cost a lot of money. So if you can save me money and save me making mistakes, go for it. Thank you very much for watching.